Rain hits black umbrellas like fingertips on a coffin lid. The priest talks, but the words slide off you. Men you've never met call you boss under their breath. Your phone vibrates with unknown numbers. Somewhere past the headstones and unmarked sedan idols, you feel the inheritance settle on your shoulders like a wet coat. This is your life, level by level, inside a $500 million criminal empire. Act 1: The unexpected inheritance. When everything you never wanted is suddenly yours. The cemetery grass is slick under your shoes. You shake hands you don't recognize. Pinky rings, heavy watches, a few women in designer black who don't cry. At the repast, the estate's dining room smells like espresso and lilies, and the walls feel too close for something this big. Your father's lawyer slides a sealed envelope across polished wood. Inside, a keycard, a combination, and a list of names with phone numbers written in your father's type block letters. You tell yourself it's just money. You tell yourself you can sell the house and disappear. You tell yourself none of this is yours. Then the accountant shows you the ledger shell companies with P.O. boxes in Wilmington, a trucking fleet that never hauls freight, consulting, invoices that pay in weekly cash. The head of security says the word RICO like it's weather coming. By night, you walk the hallway past family portraits and realize the estate isn't a home. It's a museum built out of evidence, and you're the newest exhibit. Act 2: Trust no one. Everyone has a secret, including you. Morning starts with blinds half closed and the hum of the security monitors. A camera grid shows the driveway, the back gate, the street where the same gray SUV has been parked twice this week. In the kitchen, someone has already laid out your breakfast: black coffee, a phone with no contacts, and a burner still warm from use. Your aunt kisses your cheek too slowly. Your cousin won't meet your eyes. The old consigliere keeps calling you kid, like it's a test. You tell yourself paranoia is weakness. You tell yourself you're reading too much into it. You tell yourself loyalty is inherited like blood. Then you're handed keys, real keys, taped to index cards and led to a false wall in the basement. Behind it, a steel cabinet of passports, cash bricks banded in thousands, a notebook of payoffs marked by initials, and a shoebox of USB drives. Every smile feels like surveillance, every favor feels like leverage, and your last name becomes a lock that only opens from the outside. Act 3: Clandestine connections. Alliances become lifelines or liabilities. You spend afternoons in a windowless office above a car wash that never seems to clean cars. The place reeks of detergent and hot rubber. A whiteboard lists routes and dates in dry erase marker. A man called Sal shows you hidden assets like their family photos. A deed to a warehouse in Newark. A storage unit paid 3 years in advance. A safe deposit box slip from a Midtown bank branch. Everyone talks in halves of sentences. Nobody says names. You tell yourself you can build a team. You tell yourself you can keep it clean by keeping it small. You tell yourself you'll know a liar when you hear one. Then the tests start. A bag gets placed in your trunk without explanation. A phone call comes from a blocked number asking you to repeat a detail you only said once at dinner. A low-level crew suddenly acts like they already know your decision before you've made it. Somebody is feeding the feds, and the scariest part is how smoothly your world keeps running like it's been rehearsed. You've inherited the money and the fear. Next, the people closest to you start demanding proof that forces your fingerprints onto decisions you can't take back. Act 4: The inner circle tightens. Your first real order is a loyalty test with teeth. The meeting happens in the back room of a bakery that doesn't sell bread after noon. Fluorescent lights buzz. A stainless steel prep table holds a yellow legal pad, a Glock in a plastic tray, and a stack of prepaid phones still in shrink wrap. Sal stands near the door like a bouncer. The old consigliere sits, hands folded, watching your face more than your words. You get handed a problem dressed up as a request. A crew lieutenant has been talking sloppy, showing up late, asking about routes he never used to ask about. They slide a folder toward you, printouts of texts, a DMV record, a photo of him outside a federal building in Newark. Somebody already made the decision. They just wanted to come out of your mouth. You tell yourself you're buying time. You tell yourself you're protecting the family. You tell yourself you can make it a warning, not an ending. Then they ask where to do it, who to use, what message to leave: duct tape, zip ties, a receipt from Home Depot for plastic sheeting. Your inheritance stops being paperwork and becomes a sentence you pronounce out loud. Act 5: The Reckoning. You don't beat a RICO case. You outlast the clock and the cage. Dawn finds you in the warehouse in Newark, breath fogging in the cold aisle between shrink-wrapped pallets. The lights are on timers. The cameras loop on a 12-minute delay. A money counter chatters on a folding table beside nitrile gloves, a heat sealer, and a roll of shipping labels printed to a Delaware LLC that doesn't exist on paper anywhere else. Your phone stays on silent, but it still vibrates: 1 buzz for the lawyer, 2 for the accountant, 3 for unknown. The accountant reads you numbers like prayers: seizures, forfeiture risk, asset holds, liens. The lawyer says the same words twice: cooperation agreement. The feds don't need the whole machine anymore. They just need the right bolt. You tell yourself you can cut dead weight. You tell yourself you can move the money faster. You tell yourself you can't be the one they flip. So you split crews, rotate phones every 48 hours, move cash into cashier's checks under nominee names, and burn the notebook page by page in a steel drum. You don't feel like a king. You feel like a janitor mopping up footprints in wet cement. In the end, the empire is a set of routines. Keys on index cards, cameras on a loop, names that never get written down. Power doesn't arrive as a crown. It arrives as a list of decisions nobody else wants to sign. You can spend a lifetime running from the word boss and still hear it whispered soft as a threat at your own funeral.